The new fusion has been announced. What's up, everybody? I am Felra, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends. Today we are going to get a breakdown of his kit. Should you be going for this guy? Should you want to go for this guy? And what is his deal? Let's get right into it. So we have a new Shadowkin HP based Spirit Affinity champion. Probably going to be a nuker, right? Let's take a look at his kit. I mean, Shadowkin's a pretty stacked faction, so I'm not sure that this was like the best faction to stick a new fusion in, especially since we had Lysanthier, who was a bit of a disappointment, and a lot of people didn't actually go for him. So we're gonna see if this guy's actually any better than Lysanthier Beastbane, because you never know, right? You never know. And he will be a fragment event fusion, so a bit of an easier time than a mixed or a traditional fusion event. Let's see exactly what he does. On his A1, Burning Comet attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target. If this champion is under any debuffs when attacked, counter attacks with this skill. Now that A1 it's honestly pretty interesting, okay? So if he's debuffed, he's gonna counter attack. For arena, you don't really, I don't think that's very viable for arena, because he's a nuker. So I mean, it seems like he's a nuker, at least from reading the rest of his kit. I mean, he's HP based, right? I'm not entirely sure that that's a great A1, but I don't think it's a terrible A1. It is at least interesting. He does just have a built-in counterattack, which is always nice, but I mean, it's nothing really to write home about. Each hit transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target. I guess he can cleanse himself with his A1. I guess it's okay as an A1, but yeah, it's nothing great. It's nothing terrible either. Real quick, click the link in the description to get a free Bambus as well as Ugo at level 15. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. This is where you'll find your free Bambus as well as Ugo at level 15. This gives you an insane start in Raid Shadow Legends, so click that link and let's crush this together. Alright, the A2, Calculated Volley here, on a 4-turn cooldown, books to a 3-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies. He's got an AoE, that's good. Has a 75% chance of placing a Fear debuff, a 25% decreased crit damage debuff, and a 30% decreased crit rate debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted by enemies who are already under 2 or more debuffs. What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, so this is crazy. It does book to 100% chance. He's got a Fear, decreased crit damage, and decreased crit rate. 3 of the most useless debuffs in the game on an AoE. Unless this just smacks, I don't think it's crazy. Like, decreased crit damage is not the best. You'd rather have decreased attack, right? Decreased crit rate could be okay for like PvE stuff. I mean, decreased crit rate is all right for PvE stuff, but not for PvP stuff, right? I don't know about that skill. I don't think that's the best. All right, finish them on a 4-turn cooldown, books to a 3-turn cooldown, attacks one enemy, will ignore 25% of the target's defense, will ignore 50% of the target's defense instead if the target is under 2 or more debuffs, places a block damage buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. That's so weird. It's so weird. So he's got an A1, hopefully an A1 smack, that ignores 25% of the target's defense, ignores 50% of the target's defense instead if they're under 2 or more debuffs. So you open with the A3 and then use the A2, I guess. And then his passive, the Immovable. Whenever an enemy resists a debuff placed by this champion, the next debuff placed by this champion cannot be resisted. Each debuff placed by this champion increases their max HP by 3%, stacks up to 30%. So he's gonna ram when he places debuffs. He does need accuracy, he needs HP, he needs crit damage. It's just a lot of stats. And I mean, where are you going to bring this guy? Like, what are you going to bring him to do? Like, the only thing he would be good for is damage, because his debuffs aren't good. Ishiyama the Immovable, is he any good? I mean, I'm having a bit of a struggle here. I mean, personally, this reminds me of someone who we kind of know and love, and that's going to be Bovo Sharphorn. So Bovo's here. I recently pulled him. I don't like Bovos, by the way. I think he's a pretty bad champion. Bovo Sharphorn has decrease crit rate and decreased crit damage also on an AoE. Then he also has increased crit rate and increased damage on everybody with one debuff cleanse, and then he has heals an ally by 10% of their max HP when they're hit with a crit. So pretty similar kit. He also has a decreased speed A1. Pretty similar kit, and this is an epic, right? Bobos is an epic. So like, if we look at the Shadowkin, like, do they need a champion like this? I don't think they do. I mean, Shadowkin have some of the best champs in the entire game, right? They've got Shuzen, the Valorous, they've got Mishinaki, Harima, right? Yoshi the Drunkard isn't horrible, right? Genzen is pretty cool. You can do some fun turn meter fill stuff with Genzen. I mean, Gamoran is very good, right, after his buff. I don't think they need Ishiyama. I don't think they do. I think they've got everything they need in that faction. Now, my question though is, like, is there any way that this guy is good? And the honest only answer is if he hits hard. Now let's compare him to Lysanthier Beastbane, okay? So Lysanthier has a Hex and increased crit damage on himself on his A1. And then he has this ramp skill, right? And then he has decreased speed and weaken. If the target's under Hex, places these debuffs before attacking. Lysanthier is actually a better champion than Ishiyama. Like, he ignores life barrier and ally protection. At least he has something useful, right? He's got a decreased speed, he's got a weaken, he's got a damage ramping skill. His damage isn't actually that bad, right? Lysanthier Beastbane is better, and nobody went for him. So guys, what I advise you to do is, he's gonna be a fragment event. So do everything that you can except the summoning and training events, and then just trade in stuff for mod. Like that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna passively do that, but because honestly, this guy doesn't seem very good. I'm not even sure where I'd use him. Like, normally I'm like, okay, I can kind of see a use case for this guy in Doom Tower, but like, I don't even think he's good for Doom Tower because his debuffs are just that weak, right? Like, maybe he could find a place in Clan Boss for some early on teams as a nuker. Like, maybe because of his A1, he can do that. But like, he's not ever going to get the counter attacks. All he's going to do is basically prevent the Clan Boss from critting you. I guarantee he's not going to be good in Hydra, but like, that's honestly, that and Chimera are the only places I can see this guy being used, because in Chimera, you get under a lot of debuffs a lot, but if you're carrying a block debuffs, like most teams do, like I do with my Elva, I mean, that doesn't even matter, because you're going to be blocking most of the debuffs. Same thing in Hydra, right? So I don't think that this guy is something to write home about. He's not going to be used in Arena unless he just absolutely smacks the cold tar out of people. And a lot of the high-end Arena players say that Narcisse doesn't even hit hard. So Narcisse is a nice HP-based nuker, right? If we compare him to Narcisse, like, there's really, it's not even comparable. Narcisse is a much better champion, right? He is a Void legendary, but still. Yeah, I don't think that this guy's gonna be anything too special. I think this is a skip, another skip for me, which is great because I was worried about pulling all my sacreds yesterday, but thankfully that did not impact my account. I can keep saving. I can keep trying to get some more sacreds for the puppy fusion. Plarium, bring us the puppy fusion. Like, I don't think this guy is any good. That is the truth. If you think you can use him, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I've been Felra, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and I will see you in another video.